I almost failed my dopamine detox challenge, but this saved me. In this video, I'll lay out the 8 most common mistakes people make on dopamine detox and how you can prevent and avoid them. Hey there, I'm Roshan and I help people go from totally distracted to completely dangerous executors. If that's your mission, subscribe to this channel right now. And you are watching my dopamine detox challenge where I am doing a detox for 21 days. So I'm 7 days in the detox challenge. I am successfully avoiding all the non-negotiable things that I promised myself that I will avoid these things, and I am successfully doing that. It is difficult, but I am getting past all the urges in my mind. And now I would tell you something that I am a little ashamed of. I was letting myself watch productive videos on YouTube. Videos that are somewhat like this, which help out people in different ways. I was allowing myself to watch a little more than 1 hour of YouTube of these videos. Now, what that did, it delayed my sleep. I feel more restless when I wake up, and I feel a sense of checking my YouTube again and again. So today, 2 hours before, I built a failsafe. I have deactivated YouTube from my phone. I can only watch it from my laptop, and that too just 1 hour of videos that I have pre-planned and saved into watch later section. I don't want to watch random videos that come up on my feed because I don't want to waste so much time consuming, and I'm a creator. Most of my effort should be focused on creating. So not more than 1 hour of videos that I have pre-planned that are actually valuable. And that is going to be my strategy. Okay, come, let me take you to the screen to show what are the 8 mistakes that you might be making and how to prevent them. Alrighty then. These are some of the biggest mistakes you can ever make on dopamine detox. I have done many of them, and this is years of experience speaking. So listen and try to follow whatever I say. So first is thinking you are removing all of the dopamine that you have. See, you can't do that. Dopamine is the molecule that makes us do anything. And you just can't lay around and do nothing, right? Dopamine isn't the enemy. It's a fuel that causes us to do anything. Without dopamine, we would be paralyzed. So, the goal is to reduce the dopamine from negative sources, from the overly stimulating sources. We don't have to get that much amount of dopamine, because if we do, then we will not be able to do the activities which requires less amount of dopamine, because our brain will be habituated for that high level of dopamine. All right. So, proper detox does not cut out all the dopamine. You don't have to cut every single source of dopamine. You have to cut out just the overstimulating ones so that your brain can feel joy in working hard again. That's the goal. We have to lower our baseline so that our normal day work, challenging work, feels much more easy to do. Okay? Why you scroll reels over work? Because that is easier for your brain to get more dopamine from. Now, if your work would be the only source that you would get the maximum dopamine from, your body will do that work. So that is the goal, to get ourselves there. Now, second is going on full monk mode from day one. This is a mistake that I have done multiple times, and this never works out. You try to cut out reels, Netflix, junk food, sugar, social media, YouTube, even eye contact with your dog all at once. This is a surefire way to just put an axe on your own foot. Because you are not a monk. You are a dopamine junkie trying to walk away from cocaine cold turkey. That just can't happen. It's very important to understand, if you overload your system with restrictions, your subconscious will rebel. So start small from day one. And don't just go into full monk mode, everything would be removed. Just pick out 2 most stimulating, dopamine bombarding activities. Let's say video games and Netflix binges would be the 2 top activities you would try to remove. So bulletproof that. For the first week, that is the goal. No gaming and no Netflix. That's it. Moving on, we need to get our expectations right. If you expect mind-blowing events in 3 days, that is not going to happen. Your brain's a giant neurochemical factory that takes at least 21 to 30 days to even notice the new management that you have put in, right? It will take about a month for your dopamine baseline to get down if you are consistently avoiding highly overstimulating dopamine bombarding activities. That's why you should not set an expectation that after this weekend of dopamine detox, I would be fixed. I'll leave all my addictions. Doesn't happen. Okay. So if you expect fireworks by day 3, you will quit before the transformation even starts. So commit for 21 to 30 days. If you have an addiction such as like gaming addiction or porn addiction, which has very high correlations of dopamine spiking, it'll take at least 30 days of total abstinence. And after that, you would see considerable changes. Okay. Next is becoming a lonely monk, cutting all the ties. I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to do my dopamine detox. Don't be a fool. Please don't cut off all your friends, stop all phone calls, stop talking to everyone because you are on a dopamine detox, right? You are starving your brain of the most nourishing reward of all, connection. We were evolved for this. We used to sit in campfires when we were in your caveman days. We used to sit in campfires and talk about people, gossip around. I am not suggesting you should gossip, but this connection is one of the most powerful driving force inside us. We are social animals. If you try to do this, you would not succeed in long term. Now, there are monks who can do this because they are trained from a very young age. But you, when you are amidst all these stimulations and you cut yourself off, you would be remained with a lot of negative thoughts inside your brain. You would just think with your point of view, which is often wrong. That's why hang out with people, and not just anyone, people who are above you, people who are more developed than you. They will encourage you to compete with them. So, social dopamine is one thing that many people don't know about. If you want a video about that, just comment down. And if you're still watching, I think you are a true one. So subscribe to this channel and like the video, and we will move on. Awesome. Next, we have demonizing every pleasure. We talked about cutting all the pleasures, and you can't do that. The next step, the one more cynical person, is demonizing all the pleasures. See, dopamine detox doesn't mean you stop smiling or eating mangoes, right? You stop rewarding yourself for doing nothing. That is the thing. When you are scrolling, when you are binge watching, when you are playing video games, you are rewarding yourself for nothing. The reward mechanism is in our brain to reward us when we do something hard. When we go out there and hunt and get food, then it used to give ourselves a reward of eating that food. If it didn't have the reward system like that, we would just perish and die because we would just be sitting on our couch and not going out there hunting for food. That's why it's very important to tie in rewards only with hard work. When you have done hard work, then you can give yourself a little bit of thing which is like a reward to you, right? So you should start earning your own joy. And how do you do that? You work really hard. First of all, that will release a very good amount of dopamine, positive dopamine that doesn't crash. And after you take uncomfortable action, then you can give yourself a little bit of reward, such as eating a fruit or eating a cheat meal once a week or once a month, depending on how serious you are for your body transformation. Choosing the worst time to start. See, this is a very strategic move. When you have something like an exam season or your cousin's wedding or your startup is launching next week, there is a lot of chaos. And dopamine detox requires a period of stillness. So if you ignore the world and start, okay, now this 21 days or 30 days, I will ignore everyone and I will just do a dopamine detox, wouldn't work. Right now, I'm not in my university. That's why I'm able to do this challenge. If I was in my university, there would be so many commitments that I would not be able to do this dopamine detox. So pick a time which is strategically right when you don't have all these obligations to do a dopamine detox. To be honest, it would be a great challenge to see if we could do a dopamine detox in our college. Maybe I will try that. Comment if you want. Here's an analogy that I give to my one-on-one clients. You wouldn't do heart surgery when you are doing a car race. You would be super stupid if you do that. So here's the thing, don't do a dopamine detox when you are in chaos. Pick a window, set a date, prep like an athlete, and then go all in. You can do hard things, but not all at once. So you have to pick your battles and you have to strategically choose when to attack what front. All right, moving on. We have being your own bully, being self critic, hating yourself. So what? You watched one reel and now you're calling yourself a failure. You had sugar in your coffee and now you think it's all over. Self hate is really, really detrimental to yourself. If you start hating and nitpicking every single slip, you will not make it, my guy. You have to be sensible with yourself. See, learn to restart without drama. Treat every slip like a data point and not a death sentence. Okay, so you scrolled for 1 hour extra. What does that tell you? Where were you? What were your situations? What was the trigger? Note all these things down and make sure that you don't put yourself in those environments again. And if you do, you have this clear strategy in your mind that whenever I am in this place and I start scrolling, okay, these are the action steps that I will take and get away from here. All right. You wouldn't throw away your phone just because it is lagging, would you? So don't abandon your detox for a simple mistake. One of the greatest things that I will add here is you will be surprised how effective it is to get someone who can hold you accountable. It can be a coach, it can be your friend, it can be your mom. But if you tell someone that, hey, I am doing a dopamine detox, if you find me doing any stimulating activity, just warn me. Okay? That would be very effective. Try it out. If you want me to be your accountability coach, sorry, I don't offer that service right now. And the last one is actually not planning replacements. When you are removing so many of your highly stimulating activities, your brain is accustomed to for that level of dopamine. Now you'll have to replace some activities that will give you a positive amount of dopamine that doesn't crash that much, so that your brain is not shocked. If you shock your brain, it will shock your system. So be careful. And here's the thing. Your habits have become automatic. You have been scrolling for so long, you have been gaming for so long that they have become automatic. You will have to substitute, you just can't stop one activity totally. Your brain will have a void that you will need to fill with something positive. All right. So, what are some of the positive things that you can do? You can start reading more, building things, cleaning your house, singing, walking with your self. Give your mind something hard but human to reach for. Okay, this thing should be not very hard. Okay, I'll do backpacking and rock climbing from tomorrow, full 100 level. You can't do that. Take everything step by step. Don't jump to massive things when you're not able to do that. So there you have it. All of these 8 mistakes are very possible, and you should do everything in your power to avoid them. Don't just sit there and take this video lightly. Take action today. Okay, replace your activities, do all things in a planned manner, and just kill this dopamine detox. All right, that's it for today. Stay ruthless.